channel. My name is Yetunde Adeyemo and I run a fashion school in Ibadan, Nigeria. We were working on a dress. You can see from what we have on the board. We're working on the overlap gown and done the other part. So if you want to watch the beginning part of this, watch our other video to get it. So back to what we're doing. We have our skirt length and our skirt hips plus extra 6 inches. 6 inches is because we're not having zip at the back, we're having just the sewing allowance. So I fold into 2, then I start work. The first thing is what's the waist of the dress, and the waist is 32 into
the waist.
Oh,
the hips.
The waist is what? 23 into 4, 5.7, 5.75. Then like that's 5 3/4, or some people say 5/8. However you know it. How many inches am I adding to it? 2 extra inches. Thank you. From this one, how do I get to my hips? How many inches? 7. Thank you. 7 inches to my hips. Then what's your hips? 34 into 4, 8.5, plus like how many inches? So like just maybe 1.5 or 2. Okay, we even got 2. If you have 1.5, you're okay. So from here, you can see we're coming like this. You can see the waist to the hips, and then down at this dress, you do what? This is your hips. Now your hips is 8.5. When you get down here for penciling it, reduce your 8.5 by 1 inch to make what? 7.5. Then add ½ inch or 1 inch for sewing, depending on what you have on the clothes. So I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. So that's just basically it. I cut from my waist to my hips. When you're cutting, come down gradually. Don't make any sharp corner. I come to my hips from my waist. So I didn't bend this part well. Let me go again. So I cut like this, leading to my hips. So you can see we have the front and the back together. First, this is the skirt. Now this is the back, right? And this is the front. So we now want to do the major work of the day. That's how to overlap a skirt. So place them on each other. There are different ways to do things. So this is just one way to do an overlap. Place them on each other, right? Indicate the middle of the dress. The middle is hold on. The middle is, I need to put it on the fan. Block this. The middle is just whatever you have on your dress. So this is 15 and the half is what? 7.5. Now this is the front. How much deeper you want your overlap to go determines how much you add. So now, like I said, we're adding 3 extra inches to one part of it. So 3 inches in. Then at the down part too, we can indicate the middle. This is 17 and the middle is what? The middle of 17 is 8.5, right? This is 8.5 at the down part. Obviously this is coming this way. So how much more you also want this one to bend in determines how much you now take out from here. From the picture we're working with, the down part wasn't really curved in. You can't compare what we want to do to how much I took it in from this one. Obviously from this one, I really went to the edge of my dress. From what I have there, I went something like this and then come out. If you want it to, if you want this, let me just draw it. If this is what you want, if this is what you want to take it to the end, do that. But from the picture we're having, this wasn't how you went. This just went like 2 inches in, and then so we're going to go this way and then come up like this and just go up. That overlap wasn't really much. It's a skirt. You don't want to be exposing the whole body, because by the time you overlap it, if it's something like this, you'll be having something like this. because we're going to cut 2 of this now. You get what I'm saying? So now that we have the back, I can trash. This is the back now. You can keep it. It's going to be straight. So we're just dealing with the front. So if you want this now, we're going to cut this one out and use it to cut another one. So we'd have been having something like this if you wanted this. You get what I'm saying? But we don't want this now. You can see this space now. So we're going like this, and then we go up, and then by the time this one too comes, it comes in like this. You get what I'm doing? So indicate how much more you want it to go in. Let's say we just use 3 inches now, and up we also use like 3 inches up. So that's just the easiest way to do it. So from here, just gradually curve your end in and go all the way up. So this is just one part of the down part, and for us to have another one, we now need extra fabric. So we're doing away with this, right? It's because we need 2 of this. So bring extra fabric. So whatever design you want, you can say I did a lot of it, you can put it on the material. It's also very important is the fact that, see the way my material went, see the stripe. It's also very important that you work with your fabric. I can't go like this for the other part of this skirt now. You can see the way the stripe went. This is horizontal, and if I go this way, this is vertical. So I should go this way too. Can you see that? And also make sure the fronts, they are facing each other, not like this. If I do this, I'm going to have the same side of the clothes. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to have, if I cut this one too now, it can't come the other way to stand. So you need to cut at opposite ends. Turn it this way, and then just place smoothly. If you're not good with cutting, I hardly use it when I'm cutting. It's probably when I want to sew. You can pin your fabric on your clothes. You can pin it. So I can pin it here. I can pin it down here. Also note I made sure it got to the end of my hips. I can pin it here. And I think that's okay for me. I don't need much of the pinning. And just cut exactly what you have. You need to be careful with your fabric. Don't eat your clothes. Don't cut out of your clothes. Make sure it is the same thing. I have that. I'm going to trim out everything. So you obviously need to cut your full blouse, your full skirt, then whatever design you want on it, you draft it out. I hope this helps someone to get an overlap. So depending on where you're adding the overlap, it's not only skirts. We have the overlap blouses. We have, so you can see we have 2 of it now, and then so we now do this. We pull off my extra material, so you can see what we're doing. And so you can have this one, this is one, and you can have the other one. Don't forget they are going to overlap from the middle. So we're going to have something like this, and you can see this, the slits. So the middle, this is 3 inches or 3 1/4. So let me get my 3 1/4. This is the middle of the dress, middle to middle, middle to middle. So this is the middle of my dress. So this is what we're doing. I hope this helps someone. If you want it to get to the end, you take it to the end and get it wherever you want. But that one will leave a lot of space. If you want that kind of style, you have to make sure the length is longer. The back has to be longer, because if this one comes in for a short skirt, you'll be exposing a whole lot of space. So you need to be careful with what you're having. But with what we have, This is very wonderful. So you're going to cut the extra lining, but face this whole place, face it very neatly, face this other one too, then you overlap it, put the back on it. So I hope that has really helped someone. The last one before we go for today is the sleeve. Many people have a lot of problem with the sleeve, and it hurts me a lot to see people battling with. If I have students like you that have a lot of problem with sleeve, so hopefully your face is tired. Hopefully I'm going to help someone get the sleeve today. So first thing is bring the rest of the clothes. I also need to point out something. Bring the blouse and bring the skirt. I need to point to you the fact that I went this way for the blouse and I went this way for the skirt too. It is very important in fashion to know how to place your fabric. I couldn't have gone this way and then come this way. You can do it for effect's sake, but be sure of what you're doing. It's not like you just take your material and you're placing it anyhow. If you do this for effect's sake, people will know it's for effect's sake, but not when you're having this and then the back is like this, the front is like this one is like this. So know what you're doing. If you want it to stand this way, fine, but don't do it out of ignorance. Do it because you want to create a style, not that you just did it. So you can see you follow the same pattern. And something about this is when a stripe goes, is this horizontal? I have problem with it. When it goes horizontal, it makes you look taller and slimmer. When it goes this way, it makes you look fatter and rounder. So if you want to look fatter, you can go this way. If you want to look slimmer, you can go this way. So that's that. Now I told